Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm Bailey Dukeman, also known as Body Fit Balance on Instagram. And today I will be talking about why I chose not to compete in a NPC Bikini competition. So I feel like this video might be a little bit long. I'm going to try not to edit it as much as my normal videos. I just want to be really real, really open, and really honest with everyone, just so you guys know like how I felt and my experiences with prep and all that kind of stuff. So maybe I can help you if you want to decide if you want to compete or not, or just to give you insight on what I went through. So yeah, if you're new to my channel, feel free to hit the subscribe button down below. Without further ado, let's get into the video. For those of you who didn't know that I was prepping for a show in February of last winter, I started prepping and I was really excited. I'm really competitive and I love to just compete at everything I do. It's just like a drive within. Like I just want to compete, do something ever since I stopped playing volleyball, and I just wanted to do something that would make me feel like I was a competitor again. So I began prepping in February and it was going really well. Like I was leaning out really nicely. I enjoyed my workouts. My food wasn't really that strict. I didn't have too hard of cardio. I had stair stepper probably 30 minutes a day for 6 to 7 days a week. I didn't really have a lot of refeed meals or cheat meals. I kind of stayed pretty clean throughout the entire prep. Things were like really good at first. I was really excited. I was like, I'm gonna do so well at this competition. I was so motivated and so ready to just kill this competition because so many people were like, you're gonna do great, you're gonna crush it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to. Like, I'm so competitive, I'm gonna push. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get first. I'm gonna push myself beyond my limits like I've never done before. So I had a really good mental state starting it. And then I would say about halfway through, it started getting a lot harder and I was not restricted. Okay, I was restricted. I'd have to drink a gallon of water a day, eat cod, chicken, asparagus, egg whites, sometimes oatmeal. Like I was really low carb, really my family was hating me because I was such a crap. I was not happy with what I was becoming. Like, although I was getting skinny and lean and almost having abs, like I was not happy with what I was eating. I wasn't happy with like my workouts. Like the workouts were great themselves, but just going through the motions, wanting to be done with them. I wasn't in a good mental state about halfway through, about 6 weeks, 7 weeks in. And I had a great support system, but I could tell that my body was changing. I was so low carb. I just was so crabby and I was so tired, and I put on a good face for everyone though, because yeah, I was getting really lean. You know, I liked how I was starting to look, but it was never good enough. Like, I felt like I needed to get skinnier and skinnier and skinnier and leaner and leaner and leaner to get more visible abs, to show veins. I was so obsessed with losing weight every time I stepped on the scale, making sure that I was eating everything I was supposed to. Once I became unhappy with the process, I just didn't want to put myself through that anymore, and I just had a bad mental state. I was so consumed in the fact that I wanted to do well, but I took a step back and was like, am I really happy doing this? Am I really happy eating 50 grams of carbs a week? Like, no, probably not. It was just really unhealthy. I didn't get my period for about 3-4 months just because I was at such a low body fat percentage. About a week after I took a step back, I actually sprained my patellar tendon in my knee and had to get an MRI because they thought it might have been a torn meniscus. That was like a wake-up call for me. I realized I'm hurt, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm not gonna push through my limits and compete in this competition if I won't be lean enough, or I'm not going to keep pushing through cardio even though it's so painful just to compete. I'm not going to continue to eat cod and asparagus for every meal, considering how unhappy I am doing that injury made me realize I do not have to compete just to make it in the fitness world, or I don't have to compete to be fit, or I don't have to compete to be known as like a fitness person. Competing does not define you, and it shouldn't. It should just be something that you want to do. I want to do it because I'm competitive. I wanted to compete against others. I wanted to push my limits. I wanted to see if I was capable of doing that and competing. But then once I got injured, I was like, this is dumb. Why am I doing this? I'm so unhappy. Like, no matter how skinny I get, it's never good enough. Like, I always want to get skinnier. I always want to have abs. I want to lose another pound the next time I weigh myself. I didn't have to compete or lose a bunch of weight to be fit or to inspire others to live a healthy lifestyle. I think that's like a huge misconception nowadays. Like, you have to compete to be fit or be a knowledgeable fitness person or become Instagram famous. Who cares about all that stuff? You shouldn't feel like you have to do something just because society is telling you to do it or just because everyone else is doing it. That was a huge thing for me. Once I got injured, I took a step back and I realized things. Am I happy eating cod and asparagus for every meal and hardly eating any carbs? No. Yeah, I was happy because it made me lose weight and I got really skinny really fast, but at the same time, who wants to eat cod and asparagus for every meal? Not me. Hell no. Like, I love variety. I love eating fruit. I love trying new things that are still healthy, but just not bro foods, like prep foods. I felt so restricted, and I know that it was me doing that. Like, I was the one that wanted to compete. No one made me compete or anything. Like, I was the one that wanted to do it. I guess it made me realize you don't have to restrict yourself. You don't have to do 45 minutes of cardio a day. You don't have to compete to be fit. You don't have to compete to lose weight. Like, you can live a healthy lifestyle without competing. That was a huge thing that I just had in my mind. Like, I needed to compete in order for people to value my opinions in fitness or to value my opinions regarding a healthy lifestyle. I needed to compete to show people that I can get lean and get abs. People will respect me more, or I will inspire more people. But in reality, what people go through to compete is so unrealistic. You can't keep that stage lean body all year round. It's so unhealthy, and most people don't do it. They go through phases of prepping, leaning out, and then bulking up again, and then leaning out again. It's just a cycle. No one can stay that lean all year round unless you're literally a genetic freak, which I'm not. I have a little bit of fat on my body right now, but like, that's what makes me who I am. I'm not mad about it. I'm just so glad that I realized that I do not have to compete in order to be expected like fitness inspo or whatever. Like, I love competing and I love being competitive, but I just don't think that bodybuilding is something that's for me, because I enjoy eating the foods that I love in moderation. Like, if I want a chocolate, I'm gonna eat some chocolate. I'm not gonna feel bad about it. Restrictive eating causes binges. During my prep, I wouldn't binge, but I would save a bunch of my meals for after my workout because I knew I'd be starving. I would not eat all day and then work out and then come home and just eat like 3 meals at one time because I was so hungry. I knew that, like, if I based on my meals like you're supposed to, that I wouldn't feel full. I would always be hungry. I would just want to cheat so bad, and it's just so unhealthy. Just realizing that being restricted just causes more problems, especially for people that have like binge eating disorder. If you just restrict them, you're just gonna cause more problems in your life. So the biggest thing that I got from this was you don't have to compete, okay? You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You can live a healthy lifestyle without having to compete. You can lose weight without having to compete. I give props to the people that do compete. I mean, it's great. Props to you. It's tough, and I totally understand, and I totally know how you feel. I'm not making this video to diss bodybuilders or bikini competitors. I think it's great what they do and all the work they put into competing. I know how hard they work and how mentally exhausting and tough it is to go through a prep. It's tough. I just realized that it's not something for me, and to be completely honest, I don't think that I will ever compete in a bodybuilding show just because I'm not a cardio bunny. I don't like cardio. I'd rather lift heavy weights. I lost all of my strength when I did bodybuilding and was prepping for my show, and I don't like being restricted. I don't like feeling like I have to eat certain foods to lose weight. I feel like you can lose weight in a healthier way than what I did. You shouldn't have to feel restricted because restriction often leads to binges and going off the meal plan entirely. So the main reasons why I didn't compete were because I enjoy food way too much. What I eat is not bad. I eat a variety of healthy things, but it wasn't prep friendly, you know what I mean? So prep friendly foods are like bro foods, like your lean meats, your vegetables. I barely got any rice or oatmeal towards the end, and egg whites, protein shake. So it was really just plain and bland, and I made it look easy, but it was so hard. You know, take a picture of a meal, oh, this is so good, you know? And then it would just be like cod and asparagus, and I was like choking it down. It was horrible. I was mentally tough to begin with, but as it got progressively harder and as I got into it, I realized I was so unhappy. I like variety. I like trying new things. I like having a non-restrictive diet. I like being able to eat whatever I want, whenever I want, without having to feel like I can't eat something, because when I feel like I can't eat something, I want to eat it. That's just like what people do. I also want to say, like, I love my coaches throughout my entire prep. They were great. They were so knowledgeable, so helpful, and so supportive. They made it more enjoyable. I would highly recommend them if you're thinking about competing. I just realized that competing wasn't for me, and that's totally okay. I understand that I don't have to compete, and I don't have to feel sorry about it either, because it's my life and I have to do what makes me happy at the end of the day. First it was really hard because I thought I would disappoint a lot of people, and people would be like, oh, you're a quitter, or say that it was too hard for me, or anything, like just make up stupid things about me. And then I was like, why do I care what people are saying about me? I shouldn't care, because at the end of the day, like, you have to do what makes you happy, and that's the biggest thing that I always say to myself when I'm faced with a tough decision that I need to make. I need to make myself happy. If it doesn't make me happy, then why am I gonna make that decision? At the end of the day, it's what's best for you and no one else. So I think that's huge in making decisions. Moral of the story, I just was sick of being told what to do, what to eat, when to eat it, how to train. And at the end of the day, never feeling good enough, never feeling like I was gonna be lean enough for stage, never feeling like I was gonna look good on stage. I was so insecure about who I was becoming because it was never good enough, no matter how hard I tried. Now I eat healthy, I train how I want. I'm actually training powerlifting style. I've gained almost all of my weight back that I lost in prep, which I'm not even mad about it because it's mostly muscle, and I knew that being that lean was not realistic for me. I just looked so skinny. Maybe some people are happy being really skinny and stuff, but I'd rather be strong than skinny, personally. That's how I feel. I would rather be able to squat almost 300 pounds than to be 120 pounds. My body is not made for being 120 pounds. I am muscular, I have thick thighs. I feel like as long as you're confident in who you are, and as long as you do what you want to do and what's making you happy, you shouldn't care what other people think. I know people are gonna be like, oh, she's gained weight back since she's prepped. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna stay that skinny forever. I don't want to be that skinny. I'm not strong. I could barely squat 225, and that was weird for me. That's just not who I want to be. I wanted to be someone that was strong, someone that lived a healthy lifestyle but was all about balance. I want to be able to enjoy the foods that I like to eat, go out to eat with my friends and family, but still make healthy decisions. Yeah, so I guess I am just really thankful that I decided not to compete in the bodybuilding show. It opened my eyes to a lot of things and made me become aware of what I was feeling during those times. I feel like it has honestly made me a stronger person, just being able to recognize that I wasn't happy and be able to walk away from something that my heart wasn't fully in. So at the end of the day, like I said, you just gotta do what makes you happy, and that's exactly what I did. And now I am stronger than I've ever been, and I'm happier than I've ever been. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I know it was a little bit long, but just keeping it real and honest with you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. I am so glad that you took the time to watch this video. It means a lot to me. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!